I do think it's, first of all, the one institution which should be reformed, and the processes need to be reformed as well. I think that several countries, but principally for me, India should be a member. And because we are not members, the institutions themselves begin to be more or less dysfunctional. So while they may attempt to address the crisis in Yemen, it does not go very far beyond humanitarian. So I would say that along with the sort of global political institutions, global economic institutions are also stressed. So one quite wise response to the fact that the G7 or G8 at the time wasn't able to manage the global, the financial crisis that arose from the United States was the creation of the G20. That is a plurilateral organization, and it continues to function less dramatically now, but it does take up a number of issues quite successfully. So is it a coalition of convenience, or as they said, a coalition of the willing? Yes, of course, but it has an important role to play. And I think there will be other such institutions which need to be created, because if you look at the WTO, it's near dysfunctional now. You can look at other institutions which used to be very effective for some purposes, which would be the World Bank and the IMF and the Asian Development Bank to a certain extent. But their role has now in some ways been exceeded by the amount of aid that flows out of China, or that India, which is becoming a more important donor than before, the amount of investment that countries like China or India are making in other countries. And also, for example, the Gates Foundation budget is now bigger than the WHO in terms of the health issues that they address. So there are all of these new elements which need to be taken into account if global governance, economic governance, is also to be more effective.